what makes one believe Law is a stronger fighter than Roronoa Zoro? I myself had that take in the past and looked at it from a very surface level perspective, which I'm gonna be honest, many of you probably still do. And that's not me being egotistical or thinking I actually do have superior IQ because I'm a fucking retard. That name is I don't believe that name, by the way. It's just some shit I made as a kid. But some of the arguments like Law fought and defeated the Yonko, Law fought Blackbeard and messed them up while Blackbeard had his crew, Puncture Will and Shock Will did serious damage to Yonkos. He has more feats overall and stronger characters, which is honestly true to some degree. Put Law up against majority of these strong characters in the verse, and that resume is enough to put him over almost all of them, but not to Zoro. And I'm going to dissect Law's resume and why there should be no reason to believe he's stronger than Zoro based on what he's done. Before we continue, guys, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. And 0% of you guys that watch my videos are subscribed. Whether you believe that or not, just do me the favor and don't take that risk. Thank you. And let's get into the video. The perfect way to gauge who is stronger is in this exact moment we seen them fight together, which was on the rooftop against Kaido and Big Mom. And I hope we can all agree in this battle, Zoro was stronger than Law and even looked like he was stronger than Law as well. Zoro had two Yonkos in shock with his flying dragon blaze attack, which caused Kaido to dodge and caused Big Mom to yell for Kaido's life. He was able to block the Haki attack for a brief moment so that everyone can escape. He fought Kaido with 30 broken bones and was able to scar him while Law couldn't do anything but just watch in shock. This reaction from Law right here should already tell you that Zoro was just on another type of level in Law's mind. Law's best moment was his injection shot, which was impressive, but not as impressive as 1v1ing Kaido for a moment and scarring him by yourself. So we can all agree that rooftop version of Zoro is stronger than the rooftop version of Law. And like all aspects as well, like attack power, speed, endurance, you name it. Now the elephant in the room, and yes, I haven't forgotten because you guys are probably yelling this right now, awakening, awakening. It's that Law wasn't using his awakening that entire fight on the rooftop. So you add that into the equation and you probably say Law with his awakening is stronger than a rooftop Zoro based on what we've seen. But then you also have to add into the equation that Zoro has obtained King of Hell, his Conqueror's Haki power-up, meaning Zoro getting a power-up should place him back above Law since he was stronger prior to both of them getting a power-up. Unless you think Law with his awakening is a way stronger amp than King of Hell Zoro, so if you believe that, then you have to come with some reasoning. Now I beg the question, what did Law do with his awakening that we can't prove that Zoro isn't capable of doing? In the fight against Big Mom, Law essentially used Kroom, which is his awakening, in order to severely damage Big Mom on several occasions. And he also managed to severely damage Blackbeard as well. People will use the fact that he went up against these two Yonko in order to prove his fighting capability to be above Zoro's. Don't want to sound like I'm downplaying Law because honestly I love Law and I know you don't think that means shit, but trust me I do. But he was able to pretty much sneak Big Mom with every attack he landed. Big Mom is an incompetent fighter that doesn't have good reaction time, so it's smart that he took advantage of that. But it's just not impressive to land attacks or surprise Big Mom because we see that happen all the time from shit characters. First Shock Will was a sneak. Second Shock Will was a sneak. His Puncture Will was a sneak. Essentially, Big Mom's incompetence allowed him to sneak her. Like, I don't know what to call this. Like, she's aware that she's fighting a lot, but then she turns her back to him every time and he just lands an attack on her when she's not aware. I don't know if that's a sneak, but her incompetence is allowing Law to get hits that she's not expecting, whatever that's called. Against Blackbeard, he was able to slice Blackbeard out the sky with his awakening, which Blackbeard had no idea about, which he states, leaving him to free fall in the air, which grants Law the opportunity to land his Shock Will. As we know, Blackbeard's biggest weakness is his recklessness in fights, which often causes him to take severe damage. Stated by Whitebeard, his overconfidence and carelessness is his biggest weakness, and we've seen examples of that throughout the entire series. Even with this Law example, he was overconfident and careless to what Law was capable of doing, hence he was surprised by Law's abilities both times. We know he was careless for a fact because Van Augur even states he went into this unprepared. So my point is, it's not really something to note if you can surprise Blackbeard or land an attack on him most of the time. So it wasn't like Law just got the best of his opponents and was able to hit them or attack them with an attack. The people he was fighting made it very convenient to land his awakening attacks on. And as for Blackbeard, he did clash with him, but immediately he got bodied by Black Vortex. But one thing you cannot take away from Law is the fact that he left significant damage, especially on Big Mom, being able to break her bones alongside Kid on some occasions. With Blackbeard, he literally cooked this man and had blood pouring out all over his body and screaming in agony. Yes, I agree we haven't seen Zoro damage a top tier to this degree, where they reacted like this, but we don't need to for us to know he can severely damage them in the exact same fashion, or even greater. Zoro's attack power before he got advanced Conqueror's Haki was strong enough to frighten Big Mom to the point where she's afraid for Kaido's life, not even her own. Now imagine he uses advanced Conqueror's Haki attacks in front of her. She would be pissing her pants, showing you the impact that Zoro could have on Big Mom, because that's essentially who Law has this awakening feats on. Zoro's Ashura attack was strong enough to scar Kaido with 30 broken bones. Now some people believe in the heat of battle, being that damage doesn't nerf you, it only makes you stronger. I don't necessarily agree with that logic in this scenario specifically, but I don't need the 30 broken bones argument anyways. Zoro used Conqueror's Haki in order to scar Kaido with his Ashura attack, showing that Conqueror's Haki is what significantly damages Kaido, as we've seen with Luffy, who just unlocked it and was barely doing anything prior. Kaido, as we know, is way more durable than Big Mom, like leagues above, and it's been portrayed that way consistently. It's really not comparable when you factor in the fact that metal beams from surrounding buildings contributed to damaging her, making her use her lifespan in order to recover. A Conqueror's Haki attack from Zoro was able to scar Kaido. Imagine what one, or if not his strongest Conqueror's Haki infused attack, would do to a way less durable opponent like Big Mom. And if you believe 30 broken bones nerf someone, imagine he was healthy. Zoro's Conqueror's Haki attacks are so frightening that King, who's seemingly invincible with his flames on, was scared of Zoro's attack power and started blocking his attacks instead of tanking it like he was before. And that's not me saying he can damage a Lunarian with flames on, I'm just saying King was frightened, and that's canonically correct because that's exactly what was shown. By the way, King with his flames on is more durable than Kaido, and I think we can all agree to that. And Zoro had that brother frightened. I say all this to say that Zoro's attack power would essentially have the same impact or greater on both those characters Law managed to get his Kroom feats on, or his awakening feats on. Yes, technically he won't break Big Mom's bones like Law did with the help of Kid. Some people believe it was just Law that did it by himself, but that's a whole different discussion. It doesn't matter. Whether you think Law's the only one that broke his bones, sure, that's fine. But breaking bones isn't the deciding factor of how strong an attack is, because Queen was able to break all of Sanji's bones. Does that mean that attack is stronger than Sanji's Ifrit attacks, for example? Now that we established that Zoro's attack power is good enough to severely damage those characters to the same degree that Law did, or even more. And yeah, I didn't talk about Blackbeard, but that's a given because Blackbeard is not like a durable character. He just has insane amount of endurance. So I'm not saying Zoro can put down Blackbeard easily. It's just about the damage you're capable of doing. So what are we now going to use to argue Law is above Zoro? Listen, I know Law has a bunch of hacks and maybe you can come to some win con if they fought in battle, which is possible, but Law's feats does not prove he's stronger than Zoro. If you want to take anything from this video, it's that Law's feats does not prove he's stronger. Zoro is stronger than Law because not only can he dish out insane damage that Law showcased, he's also not limited to being rather slow because Law is not able to use his Kroom ability and Shambles at the same time, nor is he allowed to use his room abilities in general, meaning Zoro is probably the faster character. Zoro's endurance was displayed on another level when he stood up to fight Kaido after his body got destroyed by the Hakai attack. Once again, Law couldn't believe what was happening. Zoro just has way better overall Haki, being amongst the handful of the very strongest, which we know Haki is basically the most important fighting ability in the series, and Zoro just gaps him way too hard. Obviously, all this wouldn't matter if Law's feats showed that he was stronger, but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Law has done more impressive things, I guess, but it only matters if those things aren't achievable by Zoro. Law essentially, like I said, dished out a ton of damage with his awakening, which we know Zoro is capable of. So yes, Rooftop Zoro was stronger than Law. If you add in Law's awakening amp, and then you add in Zoro's King of Hell amp, it still should make him stronger. So that's it guys, make sure you guys take the time to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I don't know what other way to go about this. I could have went about it different, but I mean, I feel like this is the easiest way to understand why Zoro is stronger than Law. But that's it guys, take care. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.